Hello, I do believe this is working, and welcome to the very first game of the Men's League 1. We have Bedford Mighty Eagles against MK Cyclones, and I'm joined by Greg.
Hello. And I think both teams sort of somewhat top of the table, near top of the table. I'll just get the table up so I can sort of get that full assessment on it. But Bedford Eagles still without Matthew Josiah with a knee injury, I believe, but not the greatest start for...
I'll be honest, I would definitely trade having Josiah here for going 4 players up about 30 seconds into the first frame. So, yeah, not playing badly at all. And apologies, but our time is very slightly out at the top, so we will try and keep you updated, but we're just fractionally out on that. And player called out there. I think it just skimmed him there. I think he was claiming a block, but I think it was pretty much the tail of his shirt more than himself, so unsurprisingly that he didn't realise that was it. And that's a lovely catch at the back.
John Rutland stood at the back of the court there, and he's got his sort of... He knows that single ball is going to come in from Hayder. And he's looking just for that, and he catches it, ends the set. Nice and easy for Bedford Mighty Eagles. And they pick up that centre ball also.
And a little bit of a chaotic start, but no one ends up going out for it. So hopefully Cyclones can play a little slower than they did during that first frame to try and keep their players on court and look for those nice hits like they just got there on John Rutland.
Yeah.
Just slightly off body, wasn't able to get his body behind it, so it just popped up. And that is a lovely catch there.
Yeah.
Did get clipped on the toes as well, wasn't able to quite slide into the bottom corner enough, but still really nice work to take that catch.
But he's tracked the single ball very, very well.
Unlucky there not to be able to secure that. And that's a nice hit on that moving player who's moving very laterally, but they were able to track him and just clip him on his back foot there.
That's the problem with, that running forward at somewhat that side angle, that your legs are always sort of left sort of behind, and Wilkins is hit out there by the single ball. Oh, great catch. He's tracked that ball coming into him, perfect angle, secures it well, and it puts Bedford Mighty Eagles up 1 now, make that 2.
And just to give you a bit of context on this game, this is Cyclones, who are currently in 3rd, and Bedford, who are currently in 6th. But this is 14 points against 13 points. So there is so little in this.
Men's League 1, I believe, is the closest amongst the leagues now.
I mean, after reading that, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That is very tight for 3 positions to be down. So, and actually, the set difference, which is often quite a very good indicator when the points are that close, is only 54 to 36. So it's still quite tight between those 2 teams. So the Bedford Mighty Eagles are really going to be looking to win this in order to not only force their opposition down, but to gain those points for themselves.
Yeah.
And MK Cyclones, they've got to be looking upwards at this point. If they're sat in 3rd already, top of the table is...
1st to 6 is 6 points different. 1st to 5th is 4 points different. So close in the top, and all these games sort of coming into the final rounds.
Yeah. And a little chat by the refs. Not entirely sure what this is about.
Full start from the beginning?
No, I think it just...
Bit of a confusing one.
Yeah. John just coming up as well to just clarify exactly what's going on there. Doesn't want to be disadvantaged by not knowing what's going on.
Three balls for the side of Bedford Mighty Eagles from the start. They don't get it cleanly, so it will be a slow start for them.
Interesting.
Very interesting
Decision there.
Yeah.
Obviously, a large number of teams will do those fakes, but most teams will still
throw
fake
one
and then move forward afterwards. Whereas Bedford Mighty Eagles deciding to put in that fake and then fully track back despite Cyclones not releasing a ball there. So.
They do get that one of the balls back from the hit, so you know they are one player up and they've sort of found themselves still with the two balls in hand. So maybe not the worst decision, but it somewhat worked for them.
Yeah.
It's sort of that saying that there's no such thing as a bad call. It's following the call that matters.
Oh, and that is a lovely shot there. And a beautiful follow-up as well.
Yeah, Sam Cuthbert, one of the younger sort of players in this Milton Keynes side.
Originally getting the nice cross-court throw, and then, as you were saying, Cuthbert following it up as well afterwards. So
even on players 4 balls in hand, can MK Cyclones prove deadly in this play?
And with that hit, I think that's the first time they've been up pretty much in this first 2 frames. So hopefully, from a neutral's point of view, we can look to get this for the Cyclone side, and we can have a bit of a game with our hands.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
Lovely work there. Yeah. Able to, I think that's James Brown.
James Brown, yeah.
Brownie, sorry.
No, Brown it is. I think the E is silent in that one.
Okay. Yeah. If we're pronouncing your name, then wrong, then unlucky. You could, of course, always message us and let us know.
Pop over. Yeah.
We're friendly people most of the time, so.
But yeah, 4-on-1 now after, like you said, that single ball hit from Brown onto Rudland and then dodges out the way of 3.
Oh, looking for the catch there. I think he just decided to go for it a little too late, just snuck away from him. And with only about 35 seconds left, it'd be interesting to see whether they want to finish it or if they're happy just passing possession back and forth. We shall see. And I think after that block, we're quite clear that Cyclones want no part of playing this game. They're happy to take the win by time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that ball roll all the way. Yeah,
let that ball bobble over.
It's so hard when you're this single player trying to do this, because you also know that at any point they could suddenly turn it round and look for an actual hit. Just because they are currently playing slowly doesn't mean that they have to remain playing slowly. So.
Has tired himself out in the end of that set, which is always obviously the sort of downfall of that 1v3 player, and you've got the balls in hand, you're being forced to throw. Makes the subs, and so now we'll head into the next set.
Yeah. Looks like the Eagles do have a sub, and Cyclones do have 2 players on the sideline, as well as a coach who is, I believe, for their second team. So both teams have at least some players to rotate around, and that is beautiful play there. Actually, diving across, there was a big clump of players, but able to block both of the balls that came in and keep everyone alive. 2-ball attack there. I'm not sure whether he got the hit or whether it is a line, but player is called out for that. So again, Cyclones coming 2 players up. Nice release there and a very sensible dodge out the way of it. Yep. Oh, that's really nice play there. The Eagles just deciding, no, we've had enough of this. We're going to release the 2 balls. They do manage to get the hit there. Ooh.
But with 4 balls in hands, they make sure they get the hit the other side. So now 2 players up, MK Cyclones. If they win this set, it'll go 4 apiece.
Nice big jump over that attempted post throw there. Oh, cheeky work on the cross court. Able to secure the catch, but then does get clipped on the back by the covering throw. Unfortunately, the covering throw not early enough to be able to prevent the catch from taking place. And this is really nice from Cyclones there. Coming up with all 4 players. The Eagles weren't sure who was going to be the person releasing, so able to confuse them a little bit. Do get the hit. John Rudland made a catch there, so brings back a player in, but it's a lot of work to do.
A lot of work indeed.
Only about 35 seconds left of this frame, so you'd expect the Cyclones to just secure it. And,
so close.
Not to make that catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite in his hand. It's sort of in that sort of like side part of your hand, so it's not fully secured.
Yeah, I think that's one where, had it been just that ball, I think he would have made it. But with so many balls coming at him, it's very easy to get distracted about possibly being hit in the face very soon after you make the catch. So you take your eye off a little bit, and that's when that ball drops. A lot of free throws coming in here from. Yeah, I think that's the correct response there from number 9, Foster Bailey. Did get past the ball from the middle player. As I'm sure you're aware, a quite niche tactic employed by the Eagles, and just threw it up, throws his hands up, and he's just sort of there like, now I'm done. Oh, nice hit there. 2 balls released, but at 2 different targets, so a little bit of an interesting play. Whether that was deliberate or not, I'm not entirely sure, but it worked for them. Oh. Not sure if that was a loss of control or he just wasn't quite able to get to it there. But
I think he looks close to getting the block, but I think it somewhat blocks down onto his leg. 3-ball attack, a good one from Bedford Mighty Eagles. It keeps them that 1 up in the set that they're after. 4 all apiece at the moment, though, in this game. Not the greatest block there. He's very low to get that down.
I think it was that slightly slower ball. It's just that really deceptive. You're not sure whether it's going to make it the whole way to you or just die and hit the ground. And I think he's just a little bit lazy with his block. Does mean he goes out for it. So currently 3 apiece. And as soon as I say that, Cyclones get a nice hit there.
Yeah, good hit, and it's... Rutland's looking for the wrong one. Taylor sort of sent him into that false sense of security that is coming from him. The 2 balls come wide.
That first ball just over his head that he ducks down for, and then because he's done that, the other 2 balls just hit him on the side and he's not able to even attempt to make a catch on them. So, a bit unfortunate there. But the Eagles still with a player left in, so... Whoa.
That in-swinging ball from Taylor on that right side, a hard one to watch because you think those balls that are coming from in front of you are the easiest ones to catch. It's the ones that you've got to look out for are the ones that are swinging low and hitting your toes.
Yeah. And in the fact that he's also slightly delayed as well means he doesn't need to worry about tracking the player. He can have the time to...
Yeah, a 1-minute set to finalise this half. And a slow start from both sides. The 3rd ball not won cleanly from the side of MK Cyclones. 3 now, yet again on the side of Cyclones. Can they punish Bedford Mighty Eagles here?
Well, I think also, actually, there was an opportunity for 4 balls there. Taylor decided to go for the free throw, and it was a 2-ball attack from the Eagles, so could have ended up with 4 that they definitely could have looked for a hit off. Lovely shot there. Rebounded straight off John's chest, straight back to him, makes the catch. Means they are a player up. And it's
wow.
That is,
so unlucky there.
Yeah.
Rudland has every right to go for that catch. It's right at him. Unfortunately, the deflection.
Yeah, that deflection there, just bouncing straight back over. Able to just let him have it. And so that is the end of the half.
Yep, 8-4 up to Cyclones.
And you also just click the button as well. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting game so far. The Eagles going up early, getting those 2 frames in, but then Cyclones getting a run of the next 4 sets, which I don't think will be the Eagles will be particularly happy about. Now, yeah, so the league table, currently it's the Nighthawks sat in first, Worker Bees in second, with 17 and 15 points respectively. With 14 points, it's the Cyclones. 13 is Spartans. Rangers 2 has 11. Sorry, that was Mighty Eagles in 5th. Sorry, not 4th. And then in 6th, it's Rangers seconds. So.
That second half underway. That ball won cleanly this time from the side of Bedford Mighty Eagles, but the single ball from start from Bird, it doesn't find the target. Single ball yet again, and Taylor finds the block. 2 balls have to be thrown, but the 4 could have been had by Bedford Mighty Eagles, but they trust their running counter a lot more, and they do find the hit. And as much as you try and go low, you cannot avoid that low ball hitting the toes there.
Yeah, looked like it swung in a little bit onto his feet there, so just not able to track that well.
But good response from MK Cyclones, that running counter, an aggressive one.
Did look like there were a couple of changes at the half for the Cyclones, so with that extra sub compared to the Bedford Mighty Eagles, maybe they're able to sustain this pace and keep it up throughout the second half, which would leave them with quite a commanding win if the scoreline is similar to this first half, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And that's really nice work, but not able to capitalise on the lovely blocks and dodges at the back of the court for the hit on the running counter.
Cuthbert goes low, but very late, which is always the best sort of time. You know, you're looking for that quick dodge, but late on is the hardest one to read from any person throwing the dodgeball at you.
Ooh.
Could have had 5 there. James Brown gives the call, but unfortunately Cuthbert feels like he can find the target. But a 4-ball attack, still a good one.
mid-run, but they do get the hit afterwards, and looks like that player is slightly annoyed at his retriever there. Whether he just didn't get the ball in quick enough or distracted him slightly, I don't know.
Yeah.
So leaving 2 players in for the Eagles, and players on is currently 4-2. So Cyclones possibly looking to continue their streak of games in the first half. Blair called out there by the centre.
I think he was called out in the play before.
Yeah, just slightly confused, bit of disjointment, and that's a really nice, smart play there. Cyclone's able to just go, you know what, it doesn't matter if I do get hit, I'm able to hit you out, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So that makes it 10 unanswered points right now, including the game before and after the halftime break, which normally is quite a big one momentum-wise.
Yeah.
What do you think the Eagles can do to really disrupt that momentum outside just taking the time out?
I think they've got to look for those single ball catches that MK are throwing. You know, they're not the fastest. They're great throws. Don't get me wrong, and there you go. I mean, when they're throwing the 2 like that in perfect timing, there's not much you can do, Tim. That's always the problem. Does the sub of Marcus Briggs for Shane Wharton make a difference? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Shane definitely one of those more composed catchers in centre court, but we know how aggressive Marcus Briggs can be.
And I know it's definitely been touched on before, but the Eagles employing slightly different tactics to most teams, where if a winger is the one to release, the middle player will pass the ball out to that winger. Personally, I think for some of the slightly lower leagues where the pace of the ball is slightly slower, not necessarily a lot, or lovely catch there, I think the tactic can work really well, because it's a lot harder to do a running counter on a wing player. They're in a position far more square onto the ball, both balls coming in, and therefore are more likely to be able to block both. That middle player, it's that wide angle hits. It's very hard to block both or even see both at the same time. And that's a nice release there, releasing 2 balls, giving Beagles 4, but they do get the hit. And Beagles return.
Yeah.
I think they released
catching out, right? That was,
balls. Yeah. Kalen Berry gets caught while the other 3 do get a hit. So.
Oh. An argument there. Yeah, always a tough one when those 2 players left aren't on the same page.
And they get the hit straight afterwards, and the player, rather frustrated, doesn't quite slam the ball down, but definitely sends it with a little bit of gusto back towards the middle line. John Rudland very sensibly takes the time out, uses it as an opportunity to not only break up the momentum of the Cyclones with their 12 unanswered points, but also it's a chance to sort of let that set argument that just occurred on court die down, go, okay, yeah, that was a bit of a dumb move, but it's fine, we can carry on. So and Liv as well, I don't know if you could hear her there, but just letting them know it's fine, it's so close, there's just very fine margins that if they improve really would make a difference here. And I have to agree with that actually it would be some small changes that could start to be a catalyst for turning the game around, but they just don't have long left to do it. Especially with all this momentum that Cyclones have had.
Yeah, you're now 12-4 down from the side of Bedford Mighty Eagles, but a good hit to start off the campaign of that comeback from Bedford Mighty Eagles. They've got to make sure that these single balls and these 2 balls attacks are clinical, and as we say that, they gift MK Cyclones 4. Oh, and a double hit there.
Bounce called after the player was out. It's very, very hard for anyone to tell, really.
Especially when that second ball that might have hit Wilkins there has come in low. A 1-for-1 trade from the side of both teams. So
seems even, but Eagles with 4 balls, but not able to get a hit. Oh no, they do, sorry. Not quite able to pancake underneath that one. And yes, that is the technical term.
Oh, that second ball comes in. It's that 1 low, 1 high throw from Bedford Mighty Eagles. I'm sure it'll be trained time and time again, Tim. That's what you're looking for, that sort of high. Yeah, of course.
Second one is able to then get the hit on the exposed body.
But a good standing.
A nice pre-throw there, while the other player is able to slide to the floor and get a block. So get a play. Oh. And it wasn't quite a commentator's curse because I didn't say it out loud, but I was there thinking, actually, the Bedford Mighty Eagles have done really well with that timeout. They've managed to kill off a momentum. But then suddenly the Cyclones are able to turn it around themselves.
Yeah.
Going from 2 players down to even.
4 balls now on those side of MK Cyclones. That second one does hit him. It grazes his leg. The centre ref, Sam Richards, there calls the hit. So now MK Cyclones back on that front foot.
Yeah, it's a slightly unconventional blocking technique. Just sliding to the floor, holding the ball out and sort of hoping more than actively moving the ball. And after Rudland was there complaining about an invalid throw at him, he sends one the other way that was also borderline. So hopefully players are able to sort of let that go out their head, ignore it, because it just makes people play worse. And again, Cyclones able to just time out the set after managing to get up. The Eagles did really well to get 4-2 up, but just smart hits.
Couple of minor errors, would you say, along the way?
I think a lot of it is just being a little too easy to hit at the back of the court. They allowed them the opportunity to get those hits. I don't think they worked as hard as they needed to for those hits. As hard as they should have been forced to.
Yeah, that micromanagement slightly out of tune, I guess, from all of the Bedford Mighty Eagles there. Oh, and as they go to look for that pop-up catch that hits Birdie early on, Holdenby looks for that pop-up catch and does not find its target.
Oh, lovely pre-throw getting a hit, but Eagles are able to make the trade. But the Cyclones are going to be perfectly happy with that. You've taken a 1-for-1 trade when you're 14-4 up and players up, and they're able to get another hit off the back of it. So
this season I've seen how deadly Wilkins can be on that right side. This game he has not found his rhythm, and it's so hard because you're playing that mental sort of game all day long. You know, if you're not making that hit, or you're not taking the catch, or you're not making the block from the second ball, it's so hard because you start playing mental games with yourself.
Yeah, for sure. It is a very form-based game, especially if you're a thrower. If you keep on getting hit out, you don't get your eye in with your throw, you're then slightly more worried about being caught or anything like that. And it compounds to meaning you're throwing less to hit, you're not feeling your mojo. Same for catchers as well. If they drop a sitter, suddenly they're in their own heads going, oh, well, I shouldn't have dropped that.
Yeah.
And they then start to overthink everything else.
I think sometimes a lot of people don't appreciate how much of a mental game dodgeball can be. You know, there's that 30 minutes of pure dodgeball and you're constantly thinking what to do next, that play to make. Wilkins now has been subbed off. Briggs comes back on, but a hit there, a good start to the side of Bedford Mighty Eagles. Not long left in this half-time in the second half though, Tim.
No, just a little under 3 minutes left now, and it's really about points difference. With how tight this league is, it's a very good chance that these points could be making a difference come the end of the season. So really important to keep playing until the very final whistle for these individual sets.
4 balls will come on to the side of MK Cyclones very soon, but for now 2 are thrown and Sam Cuthbert holds neutral zone just to push back Foster Bailey.
Yeah, it's smart work, and the Eagles just don't seem to be really able to crack anything that the Cyclones are doing. They're not doing anything in particular outstandingly, but just everything they're doing is smart, sensible dodgeball. The other thing that we haven't touched on yet is actually, with the mental aspect, what happens come this second match. Actually, this is only the first match of the day for both of these teams, so it's important that, yeah, even if you win, you make sure you don't use too much energy, you're still feeling good about everything. If you start getting tired because you're throwing too much, you rotate it out, especially when you're in quite a commanding lead. And at the same time, if you're down, you've got to look to start building back up your mojo.
Yeah.
You've got to go, cool, okay, it doesn't matter if I don't make this catch, I'm going to go for this catch because I'm setting myself up for the next game. And that is beautiful play by Bailey there.
Yeah. And as you're talking about that mental reset, it's that time that you've started to look for. Bedford Mighty Eagles are looking for that quick reset. Now going to only be a minute set though, I believe, if our time is correct.
Yeah, and that was just, I think, clinical by Cyclones there. That was
1 minute 45, I think I heard there, so just slightly over. So there can be probably max, you're looking at 2 sets.
So apologies that our timer is slightly out on that. But yeah, that was 16 unanswered points by the Cyclones there.
Yeah, great for them.
Normally, you're still going to see the odd draw, maybe a clutch catch near the end of the frame to win it, but actually they were able to just commandingly be on top the whole time, and not even many of the frames looked like they were going to go tight.
So a catch from John Rutland, but Aaron Davies returns with a catch. Other side, Marcus Briggs, both Welsh players, or both in the Welsh squad, I believe. Oh. And although Bailey is hit out, the returning hit does also take him out because that ball is still live. And
it's one where when you don't have a ball and you're at the front of the court, there's nothing else for you to do but to try and bounce it off into the opposition, which is exactly what happens there. Cyclones deciding to release when they only had 2 balls, but it doesn't matter. The match finishes
18-6.
18-6 in the end, and yeah, just strong work.
Yeah. And that is the start of the Men's League 1 for today. Stay right where you are for plenty more dodgeball. But for now, it's a bye from me.
And it's a bye from me.
Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's Faizan Haider here commentating the game between Leamington Spartans 2s and Bedford Rangers 2s. I will be shortly joined by Matt Wheel when he gets here. First set, referee's come in for a decision, not sure what happened, but let's see how it goes.
So I've just arrived from my own game. Can you tell me what's happened in this first set already? Well, even? Spartans one player up?
Yeah, just literally I think we're about 10 seconds in, beat 1 or 2 hits. But yeah, should be a good game. I think both these teams looking to push up into the promotion spaces.
Yeah.
So lots to play for.
Like a bounce there on the 2-ball attack against Sam. The second ball just landing right in front of him as he gets nice and low. Great 2-ball attack into the middle from Rangers, making use of the 2 balls there. But then they do send the last one, so Spartan's going to have a chance to answer back. Choosing to send a bit of a delayed 3-ball attack there. I think the delay on that last ball needs to be a little bit tighter to try and get him like as he's dodging down, because he's had enough time to land and set himself and then get the block quite confidently there.
Double hit there on John Wilkie.
Yeah, again taking the 4 balls and being really effective with it. They've turned this from 1 player down to 1 player up on the Rangers side. Good 2-ball attack with great blocking from Elliot Webb on that wing. Jumping over the first one and blocking the other one at Ash's face.
The reverse fixture scoreline was 24 to Leamington Spartans 2, so
24, oh wow.
Quite a convincing win there.
Ooh. I think probably quite a different team on the both sides potentially. You see that a lot with the second teams. The kind of like if you get 1 missing player from each of the teams, then suddenly the second team has got like 2 different players in it, whereas the first teams are affected a little bit less. So you do see a bigger variety of squads here. I don't know if that was the week. Like Sam Richards from the Spartans first team has played for Spartans before, and
I don't think this was right at the start of the season.
I might be involved.
That's a safe single, a little bit too safe.
Yeah. I think it bounced just before the return line, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, he's definitely not playing to hit now. I think right called out.
Great free throw from Elliot and ducks under the 2-ball attack. So now into the first 1v1, the very first set. It's nice, always nice to get that first set win to get the momentum going. Elliot sending quite a safe but searching single there. Maybe trying to get the Rangers player, I believe it was that Knight, to come back at him.
Great Knight, very good, taking catches.
Elliot's going to try and catch him without the ball here. If Knight throws, then Elliot's going to get the counter. Goes low, big dodge, and the whistle goes. Both sides probably happy there.
Yeah. I think it was, you were touching on it, different squads today, so Sam Mason and Lewis, number 9 on Bedford Rangers, both coming down from their first team. I think hopefully strengthen them a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You said it was 20-9 for Spartans last time.
20-4.
20-4, sorry. Yeah, 20-9 would not make sense. Yeah, so Rangers definitely hoping to put up a bit more of a fight here with a slightly strengthened squad. Hopefully we'll see a good game. Very delayed second throw there from Lewis and from Lewis Smith, and got a bit too much of a grip on it, straight to the ground. That's invalid, he's out. Definitely a frustrating one. Sometimes happens when you're trying to fake as well, sometimes to like put off their counter or something like that. And you just lose a bit of grip on it, and then that ball goes flying and suddenly you're out. Frustrating one, definitely.
Nice searching 2-step counter from John Wilkie there. Lots of aggression on this team, on both teams.
Oh, Spartan's a bit fortunate there with a rebound catch. Dave Paul getting himself looking for the catch, but that nice kind of lean back position for the catch is not only good for trying to take the momentum out of the ball, but you can get very fortunate with rebounds up into the air so your teammates can take that catch and save you as well. So that takes Spartans into a 2-player up position already quite early on. Cross court there from George Hibbert. But Dave, equal to it. Dave Poole sends one back, looking for George again. George has just about got his wits about him enough. Oh, and a beautiful single from Sam Mason. Under the block of Dave Ball. Another cross court from George. Again, Spartans ready for it. Good defensive work there to stop Sam Mason from attacking back again. Both sides probably just trying to tease out the kind of bad throw from the other team, let you get possession of the balls. If Sam can draw another ball from Spartans, then that would give Rangers 4 balls. Great advantage there. It's a bit of a dance there when you're coming back on the counter sometimes. So again there on the right, you see George is looking a bit. Maybe he can get Spartans to throw and give him the final ball. That's kind of like the general little dance that you go through on that. Oh, great 2-ball, following him across, following Wilkie across there in the air.
Matt got the hit on Sam there, got a little bit too high up court.
Yeah, I think you're often better to just leave those balls up in the middle of the court. Sometimes you have to, but I think a lot of the time you're just putting yourself in unnecessary danger. I've done it plenty of times myself. I always regret it. Ooh. It's a really good initial counter from Rangers there, just kind of like looking for the hit, but then Knight on the left side throws the second ball and kind of leaves himself a bit exposed. Probably because of lack of time there. Something that I wasn't aware of, that he probably was. Trying to look for the hit to make the comeback, but for Spartans, a player up and with 2 balls in hand, it leaves too much of an advantage for them. It's now 3-1 Spartans. But a close set, close enough that Rangers aren't going to feel too bad about that. Only a couple of hits in it. A rebound catch at the start of the set for Spartans made a big difference. Oh, some good faking there on the Spartan side, and then Jonathan Wilkie throws a nice single off the body. Spartans looking for the pre-throw, but not looking too aggressive just yet. Early on in the set, you're sending throws outside the body, looking for nice throws. As I say outside the body there, Lewis puts one straight into the gut, and is punished for it immediately. Great dodging low there from Michael Lincoln on the 2-ball, gets the block, everyone sails over him. That gives Rangers 4 balls. They choose the 2-ball at Dave Paul on the left wing. Dave just with a little shimmy of his body out of the way. Oh, some good faking to draw out the dodge from Jack on the Rangers side, and then the Spartans player on the left just has the space to come forwards without any more aggression from the Rangers side, so he can get close enough to just throw through his block fairly easily. Really good play there. Bit of a nasty late hit on the back of Sam Mason's head there. I think it's fair because he's unsure if he's being hit as he's releasing the ball, but
Just making sure of it.
yeah, exactly. You never want to hit someone in the head like that, but sometimes it's just purely accidental. Good hit from Michael there, little 2-ball. They do get the other ball back, and Spartans going to be pretty happy with just having 2 because they get a counter here. Stops into weight, take 3, maybe probably throwing 2 balls. I think the left side here of Rangers. I was wrong. That's a fantastic signal. Beautiful shot onto the shin.
I think great convincing fake from Elliott there as well.
Yeah,
Graham was eyes dead straight. He was looking for that catch.
Yeah, that's what he does. He just takes your attention off it for just a second, and then suddenly you don't have enough time to get your leg out of the way. Michael Lincoln, 3 balls on this side. Rangers opting to take 3 again. Maybe just send all 3 balls at him. Or maybe a safe single. Ooh. Maybe a bit annoyed about that one. Seen him take catches harder than that for sure. But Spartans a bit fortunate, come away with another win. Got some 5-1 up. again, not a million miles away from Rangers. These sets are like long. Spartans are kind of like grinding them out over the set a bit to get that win, and just taking small advantages to end up on top. But in sets like that, like one catch from the Rangers side, one double hit against Spartans, like can really turn it around. So certainly Rangers still back Rangers to take a good few sets here.
There's a substitution. George Hibbett's come off for Adam Ray.
Not going to make a joke about how I rate Adam Ray. I'll just tell you about a joke that I would make. Cross-court after shot from Lewis there. And just like we were talking about, a big double hit, unfortunately on the Rangers side. So that's going to leave Spartans up again. Similar to previous sets, being one player up now, I think they'll just try and eke it out. Probably not go too aggressive. That's when you can start to throw things away a little bit. But big double pre-throw, that's fairly aggressive. Rangers going to get a free 3-ball attack here. Great planking there from Dave. Gets under all three. Oh, and another great single there from Spartans. On both sides, some just fantastic hits through ball, throwing at people's legs and feet. 2-ball attacks a little bit off target from Rangers there. It's an easy block on the Spartan side. It's not quite the position you want to be in when you're 2 players down. But a good block from Jack Evans on the Rangers side. That makes kind of kills the 4-ball attack dead a bit. Still throwing 2 balls every time. I think that's a bold strategy in my eyes. You're going to give Spartans 4 balls pretty much every time. Eventually, we'll do that.
I think maybe the thinking is if 2 of them or at least one of them connect, maybe they're